Welcome back to another episode of working on the 1983 Yamaha Ag100. We're turning this into a bit of a VMX look-alike, make it a little bit more interesting than the old ag bike. It's Friday afternoon, having a beer in the shed, and thought might as well try to address a couple of issues with the bike and get it running a bit better. So today I will be fixing the rear brake. It's sticking and it sticks on and makes riding a little bit tricky, and also going to look at why it's got such low compression. Hopefully it's just a stuck ring, but I'll have to pull the seat, the tank, exhaust, and I'll pull the barrel and the head off, and we'll have a look and see how we go. So yeah, kick back and have a beer like me while I'm working, and we'll get into it. So everything just needs a bit of a cleanup. It has been sitting for God knows how long, so just all the grease and dust and grime, it's just sitting, just not allowing the brakes to spring back the way they should. So I'll just pull these apart and give them a good clean, and we'll go from there. So just on the workbench here, nice and easy to pull apart. Got the old degreaser. Not a lot of meat left on these brake pads, but this is just a bit of a bush basher, so not really too fussed. As long as it goes and stops, just for a little bit of fun, and I will be happy. Who needs brakes anyway, hey? And while the back wheel's off, the back tyre's pretty shot, so I shall drop that off during the week, and we'll put a new tyre on, and hopefully the brakes will be fine. And yeah, I'll just put this back together and move on to pulling the seat, the tank off, the exhaust, and getting into that top end. Alright, so I'm just back from the bike shop, just dropped the rear wheel off to get a new tyre. Ordered a couple of seals while I was there, the kickstart seal and the gear selector seal, and also the rear cush drive rubbers were pretty shot, so for about $8 each we decided we'd order them as well. So now we're on to removing the tank and the seat and get the head and the barrel off. So I will hook in after a drink. All right, we got the head off, and let's have a look and see if we've got any surprises in here. No, it's looking pretty good. Pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. I don't even think I put a new spark plug in this one. I could be wrong. Just a little bit of slop in the cylinder there. Okay, I've never seen that before. Well, this is something different. Let me get you in a bit closer so you can have a look. Now, I have never seen this before, where you can physically push the piston down. So I have no idea what that is about. Although when you... No. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there, so I'll just have to keep pulling it apart, I guess. All right, let me just see how I get this barrel off, and I'll go from there. So you may be asking yourself, why is this guy bothering to do up an old ag bike? And I have been asking myself the same question, but it's just all a bit of fun and something to do, really. I just wanted a cheap bike to hoon around the bush in or on, and I actually sort of like this bike, so instead of just getting something else, I'm just going to persist and keep mucking around with it. So the carby should come off now. And with a bit of luck, so should the barrel. And it's all looking really good. There's no big scores. Don't know whether you can see down in there with the light. It's a little bit hard, but it's looking all right. side movement on the crankshaft, which I'm guessing isn't a very good thing to have. But piston's out. No major scoring. Quite a bit of build up in here. Rings seem to be okay, but looking at this, I'm thinking that it might be an original piston. Still got the Y stamped on the top. Maybe not. I'm not an expert, but there's definitely something going on because, yes, just very, very little compression. So I'll leave the video there. I'll take the barrel and the piston into the bike shop and get them to give the barrel, the cylinder, a bit of a hone, and we'll measure it up and order another piston. But yeah, it's a little bit of side movement on the crank with the conrod, so yeah, it's probably does need a bottom end rebuild, but this one just isn't going to get it. Not at the moment anyway, maybe down the track. But thanks for watching.